What the heck is going on, everybody? We're going to get right the heck into this video, and we're going to be looking over my custom classes, my settings, just everything from CWL to league play to custom games, whether that be GB variant or CMG variant. And yeah, let's go from there. So we'll start with our CWL variant custom games. So this is going to be anything happening in the World League Hub that isn't league play. And so I'm also a SMG player. That's something to be said. I have AR classes in here and sniper classes in here for when they need to be there. But I'm not going to be the kind of guy who has like 5 Maddox classes in a row. I'm going to have a bunch of solid classes in a row because that's the type of player I am. And if that's not the type of player you are, then that's okay. You can adjust these accordingly. So starting out, we got our lightweight SOG. The move now is stock 1, stock 2, and quick draw, because when you're strafing that much, you don't really need grip anyways. If you care about the gentleman's agreement, like if you're doing scrims and stuff, where that type of thing matters, then you can take off stock 2, obviously, and put a grip on there. I think that'd be the way to go. Anything variant, I'm running this class as long as it's more than 2v2s or 1v1s, because there's no dead silence here. The attack mask is important, and then you can always switch to flak jacket later. But this is going to be my variant class for anything like 3v3 and above, because it's got stock 1, stock 2, grip, or quick draw, and fast mags. Again, have dexterity on all your classes. That should be known from the get-go. Stem on all your classes too. First one is the lightweight SOG. Next, we're going with the tac mask SOG. We still got stock 1, stock 2, and quick draw. We throw a stun on here because sometimes it's nice to have a stun if you're running one of the specialists that isn't battery. When I'm running Ruin, I'll run this class in 2v2s, and my teammate will be battery, so they'll have the nade and I'll have the stun. And then no matter what perk one they're running, if they're not running both tac mask and flak jacket, then they'll be at somewhat of a disadvantage whenever we use these things. This is a good class for all S&Ds, all the way from 1v1 to 5v5. It's a very versatile class. Same thing here, just with flak, so I'll switch to this class so I maintain like the build-up of my concussion. Like if I have my concussion ready on this class and I see that they have War Machine ready or are using a lot of nades, I'll switch to this one, and then my progress towards that concussion will be saved. And here's the variant class I was talking about earlier. No dead silence. We still got dexterity and we got fast mags on there. This is a really good class for any variant gameplay above 2v2. Now here's where we get into the AR section. So we got our Maddox, tac mask. I don't use the Maddox enough to worry about having a flak jacket Maddox, but I can always switch that in between matches if they're going real hard with the battery. But for here, I just keep the tac mask on anyways. Up next, we got the sniper class for when we're doing real well in the S&Ds. Got the Mozu with speed loader, just dexterity and dead silence. I don't use this class too much, so I'm sure there's some better guides for sniper classes for people who snipe more often than me. But this is just a good class to have when you want to mess around, when you want to snipe some people. Now, here's the ICR, and I'm starting to use it a little bit more. I should have 2 ICR classes in here, yeah. So one with red dot sight, grip, quick draw. Got that Mozu, dex, and dead silence. I'm using this when I'm playing far back in search and destroy, so I don't necessarily need any perk 1 slots. Here is the variant class from earlier with my SOG, just with flak jacket on, so whenever I need that, I can switch to it. And here is a good class. It's an ICR, but you got FMJ. So grip, FMJ. Same thing as earlier. This is good. Since we're talking CWL, we're not quite in firing range yet. We'll talk about that later with the GB variant and CMG variant classes. But now we got FMJ. This is a good one for Arsenal. If you want to lock down that B side and shoot him through bomb, you can use this on Hacienda as well. Shoot him through the outer fence. That FMJ is just really good. Swordfish, this is another one for kind of joking around. It's pretty good for S&D. I'm not too good with this gun, so I don't use it too often. I just have it on there for the fun of it. Rampart as well. This is a good class for shooting down kill streaks, and also the Rampart just shreds. I don't use this gun too much because I'm not amazing with it, but whenever, if somebody has like a tac chopper or something, this has saved my ass a couple times having the double FMJ, being able to shoot that down. And a final variant class for the SOG. This one we have Engineer on, so if they're running a bunch of trophies and my teammates are running trophies as well, then I can use this. Since I won't have another perk 1, hopefully my team's trophies will protect me from any stuns, grenades, or anything like that. But I'll be able to shoot down the enemy's trophies. I don't use this class too much, that's why it's on 12, but I play a lot more S&D than I do variants, so that's the reasoning behind that. Score streaks, pretty obvious, Lightning, Hellstorm, Attack Chopper, because that Thresher is not going to kill your teammates. or this Thresher is going to kill your teammates, and that's why you need the attack chopper. You can run gunship if you want. I know everything in actual CWL variant, like when people do gentlemen's agreements, everything above Lightning and Hellstorm are banned. So if you're trying to go that route, I'd take off the attack chopper or anything above that. But you know, when you're just playing GBs and you're not necessarily scrimming or playing in leagues or stuff like that, then this is good. So we will move on to the league play classes, which are pretty similar for me, just a little more variant based. Same thing with the SOG. I like to have that lightweight one first, just so it's my first class and I can switch to something else after the 15 seconds is up at the start of the round. Maddox from earlier, ICR as well. Same thing right here with attack and flak. Same thing right here with the variant class. Now this is something I run different because with the consistency of running 5v5 variant only in league play, I want a class with tac mask and flak jacket on. So this is going to be something different compared to my CWL variant classes in custom games. Variant based Maddox, so no dead silence. Got a concussion on there. This is a pretty decent class when I'm running the Maddox. I'm like a control or something. A flak jacket Maddox, but this got dead silence on it, so I can use it in like control or S&D or something like that. Sniper again, this time with the strife, just because I'm messing around. If I'm using it in a league play, that's alright though. Here with the Rampart as well. Self-explanatory. Swordfish just to mess around again. So I'd say if you're sitting here and you're copying these classes exactly, I would go with like these 10 through 12. Just kind of do what you want with them. I wouldn't necessarily copy mine because these are just for fun. Put in classes that you think will be fun and that you'll enjoy having on. And we will move on to GB variant and CMG variant. So right here, if you're running GB variant, you want RC, Lightning, Hellstorm. Into our creative classes again, I love having the lightweight SOG first. It really catches people off guard when you can get there before them. Then ICR is a quick switch. I love this play on Arsenal going in between these two classes, whether it's this class for defense and this class for offense. Being able to play back B with that ICR is really good. Same thing with this Maddox, and on these classes you don't have to worry about any perk ones unless you're in GB variant. So if you're in CMG variant, you don't have to worry about any perk ones at all because there's no nades, no score shakes or anything. You guys know that. So I run the Mozu. I'd run the Mozu anyways if it were GB variant. But on this class right here, for CMG variant, I'd run this one right here, so I had the Mozu. But if it were GB, I'd take that off and I'd put on flak jacket right here. Or I'd take off flak jacket and put on a frag grenade right here. And then you can afford to run a SOG with stock, quick draw, and grip, which is really nice because you don't have to worry about anything in perk 1 or any equipment or stuff like that. This is a good class for CW or for CMG variant if you're just trying to run around and beam kids. And now this is a very important class that everyone should have for CMG and GB variant because firing range is a map, right? You need that FMJ. If you've ever played firing range, you know you need to have that ICR in hand. You just need to. You gotta. Same thing here with on GB variant. I wouldn't necessarily add flak jacket as the perk one. I'd keep the Mozu on because that's good to have, especially on an ICR that doesn't have quick draw on it, because you're going to need that Mozu for your up close engagements. And then sniper here, it's the class that was before. Another class for messing around. But better snipers than me would use this class more often, but I don't. And yeah, so we're going from there. I'm going to move on to all my settings. So I copied the dashy sense, which is 7 horizontal, 6 vertical. So it makes it faster when you're kind of looking around, but then when you're trying to beat people off head glitches, you don't necessarily aim too high up or too low down. 1x ADS sensitivity. I tried the 10.75, but that was just a little too fast for me, and my shots weren't as crisp as I wanted them to be, so we're going with this. I've been liking it so far. The high zoom 1.25, I think that's really helpful for the Paladin, because it kind of moves a little slow otherwise, especially on this sense. Aim Sense doesn't have anything to do with multiplayer, but I turn that off because when I play zombies, I don't like having it so heavy. I don't like controller vibration, so I keep that off. Automantle off. It's good to choose when you're actually going to jump up on things by holding down X. And then I play with my L1, R1, and L2, R2 flipped because I like having to fire at the press of a button and not the pull of a trigger. So yeah, button layout default. Same thing with stick layout. I play claw, so I'm up here, my first finger like that. I've uploaded a video like that before. I should probably do another one. All these don't really matter too much, but there they are. If you would like to see them, you gotta have your music volume off. Gotta have it off. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you can learn something. If you have any additional comments on my classes, stuff that you would change, stuff that you like on your classes that I don't have on mine, let me know in the comments. And I will talk to you guys later.